Thank you all for participating in what will be an important and I hope interesting conversation. And let's just start right off with what I think is a great question and close to a lot of people. In order for a non-Black person to be an ally and thoughtfully engage in discussions about race, it's crucial to do their own work to understand the privilege that shapes their worldview and educate themselves on things they need to personally learn and unlearn in order to be a better advocate. As coworkers, friends, and community members commit to standing in solidarity against racism, what advice would you share for being a good ally in the workplace?
Joe, I'd like to start that. I think just starting the conversation is very important. Being open, being honest, and being vulnerable, even if it's uncomfortable. We just need to aim to learn more about each other. Being the only African-American district manager in my district, sometimes it can definitely feel a little heavy, especially when, injustice is happening around us in the communities that we serve. So I think to definitely open that, we just have to start the conversation.
If I can add to that one, Joe, Tiara has a great point when she mentioned starting the conversation. Asking the question, asking if we're okay, asking about the situation is definitely relevant. But the second piece to that is being aware that the person that you're asking may not feel comfortable, sharing their viewpoint, or they may not have a viewpoint that they feel is respectable to share at that point in time. I guess the last piece to that really would be, being aware, or in an attempt to be an ally, it's important for, the person who's asking to support where they can. That might be, if we're talking at work, it may be in the hiring process or the promotion process, or maybe even celebration, of that particular area of diversity that they like. So a couple of things that they could definitely do.
Well said, Travis. I like what you said, that I think it takes a lot of effort by everyone to be accountable and just understanding that we all have different levels of emotional tolerance. And if boundaries are crossed or blurred, that there's still there's a possibility to change. It's not we should be able to celebrate those differences.
I feel as an ally, if you see something or hear something in the workplace, it's our duty as a diverse company that has a lot of different diverse customers as well, is to say something, speak up for what's right, and bring it to the forefront whenever need be.
I personally didn't experience racial discrimination, but as an immigrant and not being fluent in English, I have my own experience of being mistreated, feeling excluded based on the reasons that I was different. We all have our differences, especially living in such a diverse country as the United States. And no one deserves to be excluded from the society based on their ethnic, social, sexual, or cultural differences. As for being a good ally in the workplace, my advice is not to be silent if you hear someone says something biased. Just don't ignore it. Confronting bias is important, and it matters who makes the confrontation. If the one who responds is the target of the discrimination, the effect is weaker. But if the one who confronts is not the target, then the confrontation is more important. It's what I personally missed the most when I became the target of the biased action. I missed that somebody said a word for me. So again, don't be a silent witness of discrimination.
Boy, thank you for those comments. And speaking up is so important, as we all know, when you see anything that's wrong, but particularly mistreatment of people because of race or other differences. And I really like the point about we have to force ourselves to have uncomfortable conversations. Many of us are not used to it. The easy thing is not to have those conversations, but the right thing is to have those conversations. So thank you.